Good education for a bright future. Community tutoring program faces uncertain future as funding runs out. Welcome to Regent Park TV. I'm Gabriel. Today's story highlights the current challenges facing the Good Education for a Bright Future tutoring program, a vital initiative led by Rabia Alsabaie through her grassroots organization, Happy Moms, Happy Children. Good Education for a Bright Future has become an essential resource in the community, offering crucial education support to children from grades K to 7, helping them succeed academically and build confidence in their abilities. In addition to providing tutoring, the program also offers job placements for local youth who serve as tutors themselves, creating a strong connection between the kids and their peers. This initiative plays a key role in fostering a supportive learning environment and promoting social cohesion and inclusion in the Regent Park community. However, the future of this program is now uncertain as it struggles to continue in 2025 due to a lack of funding. Despite its significant impact, the City of Toronto's Social Development Plan grant, which has supported this program, was not approved for continuing funding. This has left Rabia and her team struggling to secure the resources needed to sustain their vital work. Education is especially crucial in our neighborhood, where access to such opportunities can make a world of difference for the future of children and families. In their interviews, Rabia and Lola Larson, a dedicated volunteer, speak candidly about the challenges they face in keeping the program afloat and how, despite Rabia's open letter calling attention to the issue, local politician representatives have failed to take action in support of the initiative. Now, let's hear directly from Rabia and Lola as they share their journey, their passion for education, and the ongoing fight to keep this vital program alive in our community.
Hi, my name is Lola Lawson. I'm a Regent Park resident, and I'm part of the management team as a volunteer. I've been working with Rabia, who is the founder of the program. My reason for wanting to be a part of this team is just seeing how much work that she does. She has a wealth of knowledge. She's so passionate. She's so driven. She loves her family, and that pours out into the community. So just seeing that love, that nurturing, the provision that she's making for her family, for the children, for the future of our community, it really uplifts me and inspires me to want to just be a greater force within our community as well. So we've been able to partner, and I've taken on tasks like grant writing. I've attended speaking events with her as part of her team to support her. I've also helped with signing in and out the children for the volunteer program, making sure they're all accounted for, working with the other volunteers, the tutors as well. And just being a part of whatever is needed here. Just, it's an all hands on deck type of atmosphere. And so I'm just happy to jump in anywhere that's needed anytime. So my child is a part of the program. I initially signed him up not realizing that Rabia was the founder of the program. We had connected through the community over the years, our kids at the same schools. And so just seeing that she's been able to put together a program like this, it's really incredible. So once my son got registered and I realized who this program was affiliated with, I just felt a greater sense of trust. I felt more comfort because I've seen what Rabia does. I know the effort that she puts out there. And so immediately, as I knew she was behind the project, I felt that reassurance as a parent that my child was in the right place. And so my son being here, he actually enjoys the program. He comes, he's eager to come and be a part of the group. And just me being in the atmosphere here as a volunteer, being able to oversee certain aspects of the program, I'm seeing the kids growing. I'm seeing them developing a relationship with me, coming to me, and feeling that comfort, that trust, that security, being able to allow parents to hand off their kids in our care and just know that they're in a healthy atmosphere. It's just a really great thing. And I see the kids opening up more and more as well. So this place is a really good foundation to lay the groundwork for kids for their future, giving them a place where they can, develop different building blocks for their education, learn about healthy interactions, learn about communication skills, and develop in different subject areas. And so I'm seeing all of that, and the kids are definitely happy when they come here. It's just a beautiful place to be in. So we're all really committed as parents, as children, as families, as staff, and that commitment is because of the wonderful atmosphere that's here. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be a part of. Funding has definitely been an issue. We've struggled. We've done a lot of grant writing, like back to back to back. Unfortunately, it's been a lot of opportunities that weren't accessible to us for different reasons. And, that really impacts what the kids have access to and the parents. And another component of the program, it's not just being able to offer programs for the kids, there's also support for the parents, them being able to have that hour to themselves, events that's being put on, like information sessions for parents as well. That gives them the opportunity to network, socialize, and to learn something new. And so without the proper funding, without the proper resources, we've had to minimize some of those opportunities. So that's a setback for the community. Also, the other thing is in terms of the future of the program, unfortunately, we're like everything is up in the air right now. We don't know what we're going to get, when we're going to get it, if we're going to get certain funding opportunities, including space as well. So everything is kind of uncertain right now, and that feeling is it's quite tough to be able to plan when you're not sure what you're going to plan with. So it's been a tough journey so far since I've been on board. I know it's quite hard on Rabia as well, and any of the other volunteers and staff that's been a part of this. And so, yeah, it's really disappointing for the community, because sometimes we may have to turn people away. Sometimes these ideas that come to mind that we can bring to fruition, we're not able to produce because we don't have certain things backing us up, like in terms of funding and space and so on. And then the other element is just seeing the things that are accessible to kids in the community, that are harmful to them, knowing that if they don't have a place like this, a healthy atmosphere to come to, it might leave them vulnerable, and that's been a tough thing as a community member to witness here, to just have to isolate yourself or to stay away or to avoid certain areas in Regent Park just because you're concerned about the well-being of your kids and others as well. So yeah, it's been quite difficult, quite disappointing. I wish there was a lot more that we could do. I wish our voice could be heard. I wish there was a lot more fairness and shared resources among people that are willing to push a good message and to give a good opportunity to the people that really need it. So yeah, I'm here happy to support however I can. I'm going to continue with the mission and many other things. We all have our own purpose, our own passion, things that drive us. So whatever it is that I do, I'm going to continue no matter what the roadblocks are. I'm going to stay in collaboration with Rabia. I'm happy to just continue connecting with her and just doing whatever we can to make this possible.
My name is Rabia Alsabaie, and I am the founder of the initiative tutoring program called Good Education for Bright Future. And I've been running this initiative for the past 5 years. When I started, I was a student at OISI, UFT. So I used to get my classmates to come, and first I started to get the help for my son, who was grade 2. He was not listening to me. I had a difficulty doing his homework with him. So I got 2 friends who came over to help. And then neighbors in region, they expressed interest. And moms, they asked me if they can help their kids as well. So I connected them with UFT, other students as well, from the MT program, which is Master of Teaching program. And so we started from there. This was 2019. And then COVID hit. And then we stopped for quite a few months. And then the demand actually showed up more than before. So I resumed the program where we did Zoom sorry, we went back and we actually was not in person, it was online. So we did Zoom sessions with the another difficulties we face, which is parents didn't have access to laptops and also weren't able to navigate Zoom, the app Zoom, how to sign in, sign out, so on. So I used to have the kids myself and get them into the tutoring. Would be a tutor behind the scene on the other side, and me and the other kids, so they can get the tutor or the class or the session they need. And then the number grew from about 7 kids when we started, and then 2021 we started downstairs on the first floor at Daniel Spectrum, where there was still the pandemic, where they close all the distance and having people 2 meters and this and that. So it was a quite challenge for us as well, but we were able to navigate. And then the number grew to, I would say, like about 14, maybe 15, 14. And then 2022 was a grant came up from the STP, and we applied, and we opened it for everyone who wants to come and join. Before we opened it, but it was like more. It was not something that people will send other people to come. Just like people I know, and not even I know, the parents I work with. I have a grassroots called Happy Mom Happy Children. So I work with parents. So their kids, the parents who are with me registered, their kids, we help them with homework. And then after that, you don't need to be a part of Happy Mom Happy Children. We just opened it for anyone who feels their children needs help with homework, extra help or help. So we applied, and we was 1 year funding, but we were able to run it for a year and a half or a year and maybe I would say 9 months, and then the funding last year finished, and then we applied again for the 2024 funding STP. Unfortunately, we didn't get the funding. And to go back to the number, how the number grew, when we opened 2022, when we get the funding, we opened it, the number went from 14, 15, I can't remember exactly, and then to about 60 something. And we did amazing job. We have surveys, we did celebration, and actually one of them, you can check Regent Park TV, you can see it's documented there. And I guess after the pandemic, you didn't need to see any surveys or any report or any feedback from people. I think that the situation, it speaks itself. After the pandemic, kids were locked down, locked in their houses, no social skills, no access to support. Kids became more isolated, and also learning disabilities. The ADHD, I think the rate went really up high. I have some family members who experience that or have that. It's been a challenge for those kids to thrive and achieve the learning goals or objectives. So to go back last year, and then from when we ran the program until, 1 year, like 9 months, I can't remember which exactly, maybe 8, 9 months. So during that time, we jumped from 68, 67. I'm not good with numbers. So we have, by October, we have 114 students registered. And as you see now, just every hour we get news. So the idea of this initiative is to have one-on-one. So it's supposed to be one tutor, one student, because students are missing the opportunity at school. They are not getting the attention they need. They are not getting to meet their needs. They need someone to sit with them and be able to explain to them, because kids are different. Their learning are different. Some kids that just will read something, they'll understand. Some kids need more in deep. Some kids visualize. Some kids. So everyone has his own way of learning. Just we're all different. We were born different. So, but however, because of funding and because we don't have access to space, we don't have access to money to pay tutors, more tutors. We don't have access to money to buy snack for kids and supplies as well. So we end up having, one, as you see there, 4 students, and the other room it's 6 students, which is really, it's, even though we are still doing fantastic with our tutors who are actually coming. Those tutors with the yellow shirt, they are coming from UFT. So they are students at Victoria College, and this partnership started back 2024 October. So they come here and yeah, they help students with their homework. But unfortunately, this partnership it's ending next week. Wednesday next week is the last week. And then after that, which is last week of March, and then April, May, and June, we used to run the program until June. And then by the end of June, we do celebration. Little celebration to celebrate tutors and and the kids and their achievement, tutors with the work they did, volunteering and helping our kids. So little celebration for our community. Unfortunately, due funding, we cannot do that. Due funding, we cannot even continue. And it's very sad because speaking about STP funding, it's very tricky because this funding is supposed to be for initiatives, residents-led initiatives and ideas. It's supposed not to be to organizations where they get funding from three levels of the government. Some people, when you look at the names and the amount those organizations got, I think there was misorganizing from both ways, from the way that before when they applied for the grant shouldn't go up to 100,000. I think 100,000 can be for, I would say, maybe two initiatives, 50-50. So it doesn't need to be, and also organizations. This should be for residents-led. Residents who cannot apply for other funding, like us. We cannot apply anywhere because we're grassroots. But giving it to a charity X or YZ, where they get funding from the provincial, federal, and municipality, they don't need 100,000, they don't need 90,000, they don't need this and that. They already get other source of funding. They can receive even donation. They can do fundraising. So there are other elements and other ways, resources, they can get funding. I think that the structure of the STP grant, it's social development plan, should be for grants where they can, community come together. And it should be led and run by the community. So this is tutors, community tutors, parents, and then the kids. So this is just one example. I'm not saying it should be funded though. It should be funded. So it's very sad that because of the STP and honestly, like just a question to the panel who decided do not give us the funding. A question to them. I don't know who they are, and honestly, I didn't want to know even who they are. I don't need to know. So, but a question to them: do they think whatever they voted for, I think it should be. I would appreciate more if they came and visited us. They don't need to tell us they are the review committee. They just come and visit. They see whatever we wrote on the application. I understand. They got thousands of applications. I don't know, maybe I heard 58 applications. So 58 applications. If I was in the committee, I would just myself. I would give it a chance and an opportunity and just go and visit those projects, visit those organizations, and like Regent Park TV, those people are behind the camera doing an amazing job. So also they applied, and I heard they didn't get the funding. So they are documenting our work. And not my work only, they are documenting many others in the community, rather charities, non-profit, politicians as well, all of those events. So I think the review committee should have visited, should have give the community, the grant applicants a chance to understand their work, because you are looking at papers and looking at written things. If I tell you parents and kids are getting the homework, wouldn't be the same as you see those beautiful faces smiling, and those are kids who is happy to do their homework and finish and get a good grade and good the good report cards. And we heard recently the parents are so happy. Teachers actually are asking. They asked that we saw little change, and we like just a few months ago, like what happened? This is just November, like what flipped it? So they shared that there is a community program that tutoring program helping their kids. So I think it's sometimes, as I said, words on paper are not the same. If you have, I'm speaking to the committee, if you have the chance again, it's not even STP, any grant, I would say go visit. You don't need to tell them your identity, just go visit. Because sometimes words on the papers are not the same as words in the mouth and on the faces. Especially those young kids, I think worth to give them a chance. And I'm not even calling STP grant as well. Honestly, not only them, but any other grants. If anyone who is watching now me talking, speaking now, we would appreciate if if you're aware of grant, if you're aware of maybe fundraising strategies or donation, or yourself, you want to donate yourself. You are a part of an organization. They give away some snack. Organization, they give away laptops. They give away iPads. They give away anything. Or you want to volunteer yourself. You are good, teaching those kids any skills, maybe presentation skills. We have kids come in and say, I never presented, and now I'm in a new school. Two kids came and they said, we're in a new school, and the school now, we used to be in a school, they don't even ask us to present, but now we are facing a challenge because we need to present and we never presented and we are overwhelmed, and it's about 50% or something, if I remember. So it's been if one of the challenges that we are facing, it's us not getting the right audience, I guess. So I'm speaking from here, and thanks to Fred, who just came in and said to me, I think the work you're doing amazing, I want to really interview you. I appreciate him, even though earlier the room was full, so we weren't able to record this interview. But also, it's nice to get another channel. We have been talking to people and reaching out through Instagram, emails. But maybe we need a TV channel like this, so you can see us from your comfort home. And please help us. Don't stop, because we have over 100. We have exactly 170 students, and if we don't have access to space, and the space will, by next week we cannot access the space. By next week there is no more snack. By next week we will have few tutors. Comparing to the amount would be, we need still have maybe 1,500% extra, I would say, not even doubling it. So way more. We need lots of tutors. So if you feel like you want to give back to the community, this is the community I would say you need to consider it to give back. Those kids deserve to get your attention. No, this program has a huge positive impact. I'm not even talking about the students who are getting tutored. Someone is getting help with homework, with their assignments, understanding math, principles of math, understanding how to do algebra. It's just a few, in the other room was a group of 5 boys, they are grade 7 and 8, someone helping them, and one of them said to me, the first time for me to understand algebra. He was just in a group of kids, with a group of kids, in a group. Imagine if he had the tutor one-on-one, how he would feel, even more. So I think as we go farther to deep understanding the positive, there are many layers we can cover. There are many perspectives in that. I don't want to speak for parents. I'm going to leave it when you interview parents. But also I want to leave that for the tutors as well. I have many tutors, they would say, after they leave, they were like, we feel so good. The smile on the kids when they understand something, and we give them a challenge they never had done, and then they do it. And the challenge and the homework, when they submit it and they come back, what my teacher said, or they bring the assignments, to them, and they say, see, I got A+, I got minus A, I never had this, I never had that. Oh, it's been always minus D, it's always minus B, whatever. So the kids themselves, celebrating the achievement. And then the impact on the whole community. Imagine kids are doing their homework. We're going to be like Japan, when all kids are in school, I don't want to dream big, but I like to dream big. So we will definitely, at least I guess the engagement and the activities around fireworks, around other things, I don't want to even name them, they will be less. They will increase. They will decrease. There will safety issue as well. How many safety issues like people are experiencing? Cars being scratched on. Many people complain. They complain to me, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. I don't know. So maybe now I know. Now I think those kids, if they feel good about themselves, if we equip them with the education piece they need, I don't think they will be interested to do things. They will actually have plan ahead. To plan for summer what they're gonna do. They will have a plan what they want to do in high school. They will have a plan what they want to be when they graduate, when they grow up. So I think kids, education is it's the key for any doors. Education is the key for anything to go move forward. We're bringing people together. Isn't it the STP, one of the principles, social cohesion and inclusion? There you go. We connect people. We have people, they live in Toronto community housing and they live in the market buildings, and they both communicate and both build relationships. People, they never thought, actually there's those two buildings, people live here, they are tutors, and then the other one, and they said, I never thought I'm gonna communicate with someone who's in next door. And vice versa. Like, it's also another thing I wanna mention, that people, they live in the same buildings. They have never been in touch or talked. And another situation was 2023 that we actually wrote. Was one of the tutors. He came here. He lived in one of the Toronto housing buildings. So he met with the students 2 or 3 times. So, and then one time he was going home. He said, I was on my phone. And then the kid, he's grade 1, I think grade 2. So he was like picking him. He said to him, hi. Maybe he didn't hear. And then he's like, oh, hi, buddy. He goes like, oh, hi, how are you? So the tutor asked him, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I live here. He said to him, oh, you live here? And he said, so the student asked it, the tutor said, oh, what, are you visiting someone? And the parent asked as well, are you here visiting someone? So the tutor said, no, well, not, I live here. So they were shocked. And the more surprisingly, they live on the same floor. But because this tutor works and he's in school and he lives with his grandparents, so he's like all the time he's out, and he drives. So he said, I always just like go to the parking, or I would be all day at work, or so at the time they never met. And he said at least like almost 2 years I have been in the building. They never met. So the component of building that relationship between neighbors and people and creating a community, a sense of community, it's so important. And this tutor is not getting paid, but he loves our program because he sees that himself, he experiences that, how people can build relationships, can build community. He said, when I heard, I want to just give back to the community. He's really, he said, I'm a full-time, paid very well, have my life, but when I feel bad, I want to just, I went through some difficult, challenges in my life, I want to give back. And when he saw that family and that the kid and he heard more about them, he's like, I'm thrilled to be a part of it. So I think sometimes the impact, as I said, can be measured and sometimes cannot be measured. And I can't speak for that because everyone has its own experience. I try to just share those so people can have a sense of what kind of, an impact this program is having. And the other side, which is I don't like to talk about, but we need, sometimes it's not everything you would like to talk about, you will talk about. But we need to talk about this. The negative impact. If this program shut down, imagine yourself, you are a grade 6 student, you have been doing well because you get a tutor, and then the tutor said, well, I cannot, help you anymore because I'm not available. And then the rest of 2-3 months, you cannot do your homework, and then whatever you are, aiming for, rather getting good rewards card, or you are getting, you are grade 8, you want to really do well in high school and do so on. I'm asking you now, who is watching me, what do you feel about this? What do you feel? What do you feel as a resident in Regent Park, having those kids, no purpose in life, no call. They didn't do well by high school, they dropped, they missed the school because they are not doing well, they get kicked out. What do you feel as someone who's complaining all the time about their attitude, complaining all the time about the behavior? Have you, asked it to be a part of the solution? I think this is the question. I'm going to throw it back to the audience. So who's watching me here? So the negative impact, it's another thing that our program is doing. We are providing youth mentorship. So those youth, they mentor the younger kids. This is one thing. Second thing, those youth, high school students are getting their community hours. And another thing that I want to say, those youth, we are helping them to find jobs, summer jobs. So last year, we were able to help 17 youth. I wrote for them reference letters. I helped them. Some of them, they got their resume ready. Some of them, they needed help. Some of them never worked. I have 3 females and 1 male, never worked. So we had to prepare for the interview, prepare for the questions and so on. And we were successful. Pretty much everyone was looking for what they want to do, not just a job, what they wanted to do. They did. So our program is not about supporting from JK to grade 8. Our program is beyond that. It's supporting everyone in the community. And loss of funding as well. We used to have lots of seniors. Now we cannot have them anymore because we lost funding, we lost the insurance. So we lost the days that they were able to come. So from 4 days, now we have only 1 day. And from next week, we're going to have 0 days. When we heard that we lost funding, STP funding, I emailed everyone who was part of this, from Olivia Chow, from the mayor, to our elected, to our city councillor, the MPP, Christian Waktam, our Marcy Ann, which we serve youth, we serve women, we serve children, we serve everyone, Marcy. And I just heard that you are out of the race. Is it? I don't know. I'm not sure if this is the reason you didn't reach out to us. So we have been actually chasing you for the last 2 years. You never showed up. You never showed any interest in us. You never shared that, you're maybe just say that I support you guys, but I don't have time in my schedule. That's fine. I know you travel a lot. You go to New York, you go to UN, you represent women, even though our organization called Happy Mom, Happy Children, but you never showed any interest. You never showed any support. You never shared anything. Showed anything. So speaking for Christian Maktam, Fred, you were here when we did the celebration 2 years ago. And I emailed Christian Maktam. I didn't hear back yet. The election came, and one of the team in the office said, when after the election we will find out and we're going to reach out. And we are still waiting. We didn't hear back yet. Chris Moyes as well, our city councillor. I didn't hear back. The chief of staff showed us, some interest in supporting us. He actually asked me to email him. I'm preparing the email and send him some more information about that. I'm not sure. I heard that Chris Moyes, or our city council actually, was a part of the decision making about the STB grant. Could be wrong, could be right. I don't know. This is just rumors. I wish he gave us a chance as well, and his team come and visit us and see how the program is running. What are we doing? I guess people like me elected him and elected everyone to support us and support our community. So we need them to be here. I know that Chris Moyes and Chris Maktam, they supported many initiatives in the region. They have been a part of many successful projects. They uplifted them and they moved, forward. So we would love to get their support to be also a part of that advocacy. So yes, I'm open for any conversation. Please, our politicians, reach out to us. Me and my, I have an advisory committee, youth advisory committee, and also we have parents committee. So reach out to us and we can meet and we can go from there. Education is a human right for everyone on this earth. I think housing and education is a human right. So I feel really ashamed being Canadian and having a conversation around having my rights to education, having the rights for my kids to education. I think as an immigrant and many others, we came to Canada and we settled here, decided to settle because of better future, because of opportunities for our kids, because of rather ourselves or our kids. So not having access, and Canada is one of the best countries. I feel like really we need to think about this. We need to really, revisit this. So yes, and I wrote about that in the letter, and I trust Fred will share the letter and you will read about what I said. As newcomers, we didn't come from all around the world to Canada to have events. It's nice to have events, but after you celebrate after you succeed and you achieve something. It doesn't need to be successful. Successful, what you achieve could be halfway, could be a try. Trying is also an achievement. But STB funding events, I think, it was not fair. I think we are really way behind still to reach to celebration and events and having fun. I think we still do before, unless some people do need to access tutoring. Some people get paid very well, get paid 80K, 90K, 150K. Their kids are getting private tutors. Their kids are smart. They don't need even tutors because they are just nerds of their parents, you know? So maybe could be those individuals don't even have kids. Those individuals have good jobs. But my question to them, how did you get the job? Was it because your experience, your race, your gender, or your education? Because you have a good, have a good education and a degree and somewhere. And actually, even City of Toronto, if you look at their job posts, first thing they would ask you, education and something. So I think City of Toronto should stick with that. And I'm asking here Olivia Chow, who came here 2 years ago before the election, and she met with some of those parents here on the third floor at Daniel Spectrum in this space, and promised us lots of things. So now the same parents, Olivia, come visit us again, listen to them, see what they want, invite us to City Hall, hear from those moms, hear from us and see what we are looking for, what we need. So we are open for invitation, rather City Hall here. Yes, you know how to find us. Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit us on all our social media platforms. Please visit our website for more information.